today. Thank you, our old colleagues. Thank you. And next is your turn, our student speaker, Micah Jumpp. Thank you. Micah from the States, right? And major in the geography. And he's always smile. Every time I saw her, he smile, and always spiritually positive, right? So the influence people and the leadership, influence the people, and lasting positively working and can influence everyone, and energetic speed up working. And also, she wants to be the public service sector. Is that right? Okay. I just talked to her today. So, and also, she wants to work in the New York state, and hopefully one day she'll be the New York governor. Oh. I taught her more. Probably the president. Okay. Thank you. Let's welcome Micah Jumpp.
Thank you so much for the intro, Dean Pat. Oh. Well, hello, C7. And then you guys say, hey, Micah. Thank you. I am so full of gratitude today. First of all, happy birthday, Dean Shui. I wish we knew earlier so we could have done something. But I cannot thank you enough, not only for your words, but your support all throughout this year. We all know it didn't start off too easy. So thank you so much to Dean Pan, Mafet, Chen, and Shui. I also want to take this time to thank the SASEF staff for coming all the way from New York for us. Also for this wonderful living environment. Thank you to the Shushu Ha'ai. Also our professors, staff, TAs. This would be not the same place without you all. Also, thank you to the families here above, my family who's here, some of my family who is watching. And last but certainly not least, thank you, Mr. Schwarzman, for this opportunity. It is actively changing my life and our lives. To my C7 classmates, 我为我们感到骄傲. I am so proud of us. Thank you. I had to get a little bit of Chinese in there. I did. And we have created familial bonds this year. And I know we all can understand that. No matter where we come from, I know we all understand that family matters a lot, as we can see from the crowd, and we all value that. We not only learn about ourselves, our loved ones, and others through the interactions of our family, chosen family included, but we learn about the world. So today I'm going to be teaching everybody about a philosophy passed down in my family from my late grandmother that talks about identity and positionality and how that affects our lives. So first, let's talk about identity. I'm a Black woman from upstate New York with a learning disability with Jamaican parents. So you can probably see it was hard in my early life to understand the cross sections of my identity. But throughout my journey and meeting wonderful people, I'm able to love my whole self, the quirks and the beauty and all of that. And I hope you were able to do that this year as well. I wondered when I became a Schwarzman Scholar, who was I going to be in an international community, a Black international community in China? I know others grappled with the same thing. Being Chinese in China versus being Chinese American in China, or creating community as an Indian American in China with Indian scholars. Thankfully, I found my answers in my new founded melanated family. Shout out to the C7 Black Scholars. Give yourself a clap. You guys, day in and day out, affirm for me the expansiveness of Blackness. And I hope that this year left all of you with an expanded, not shrunken definition of identity and self. Another facet of my identity, as all of you know, is dance. So all of you, be prepared, because you will be dancing with me in a second. So put your bags away and your things away. And in a few seconds, we're gonna whine. And I don't mean complain about a swab tickling the back of your throat like we did in the past. Whining is a dance from the Afro-Caribbean, my background. And it requires you to move your hips in a circle. And in fact, it is the first dance my sister taught me, to my father's horror, absolute horror, him being right there. Because to some, whining is a dance of provocation, but a story that is not told about whining is that it is rooted in the struggle of my ancestors to keep their culture in a time where oppressors made them live up to an arbitrary stance of civility. Anthropologists directly link whining to the Congolese traditional dance, Numbolu. These dances were not an act of provocation. It was an act of defiance, worship, joy, and celebration. So I'm very happy you guys can celebrate with me today. So can everybody please stand? Please stand, please stand. And if you're able to, whining is inclusive, so if you can't stand, you can whine in your seat. We can warm up together, warm up. So follow my steps. You're gonna put your hands on your hips. Yeah, good. So it's a fluid motion, but we're gonna break it down. We're gonna do our left knee up and down. Yeah. No moving your shoulders though. I see your game pan. No moving your shoulders. You're gonna move your pelvis forward, and then your right knee up and down, pelvis backward, and you're gonna try to do a motion all the way around. And if you need some help, in our cohort we have some experts not only in global affairs, but whining. Yiping, Tina, DK, both melodies. Continue, we're gonna whine. You can put your hands into it, yes. I don't see whining. Thank you. And thank you. And as you sit down, you may sit down. Thank you for humoring me as we collectively move to my point. Sometimes what people think they know about us may not be the entire story. How we are deeply connected to our roots, values, and the way of living that brings joy, enlightenment, graciousness, understanding into the world is what creates our total story. I want to encourage you to dance like nobody is looking and be unapologetic in how you show up in your next journey. My grandmother also taught me about positionality in her own way, as well as what Angela Davis describes as lifting as you climb. A quick story, at the mock cup for swimming, Jess Edelson had a wonderful idea to put an all-woman relay in for the 50 free relay. At this moment, as captain, I had a decision whether to remain the status quo and do only one woman in the relay or make a statement and put in an all-women's relay. I chose the latter. And as we walked up, thank you. Thank you. And as we walked up to the block for our race, most of our male competitors were saying, wow, Nusheng, Han Li Hai, Nusheng, Han Li Hai. And I'm so proud to say that we got third and beat 5 mostly male teams. And thank you. And we also changed people's minds on the limited scope of what position they thought we should be in. I mention this story and its relevance because position is not what others or where others think you should be. That is irrelevant. We should take the position that will allow us to make the most impact at all times. Third place certainly isn't first, and I'm admittedly a competitive person, but positioning is not always about being first or winning. Positioning is about using your position to change the game altogether. The support. One of my final points that I want to make to this C7 family. All things considered, I feel very privileged to be in China this year. I have been from Harbin to Hainan, as Laura mentioned, and I cannot speak for everybody, but this opportunity has given me access to a network that I have never seen before, and I'm so lucky to be part of this cohort. And when we think about this, I think that we also have a responsibility, and I'm sorry to talk about responsibilities. I know we were just dancing, but we have a responsibility now that we have this new position as Schwarzman Scholars, and we must be intentional about lifting each other up throughout our lives, and this is a lifetime choice, wherever you are, no matter who is looking or who isn't looking. So I posed some questions to our cohort. How does the decisions we make align with the values we say we stand for, especially in our application in the beginning of the year? How will we open doors for others when women, Black, Indigenous people, folks from countries that are often left out of the conversation are not in the room and are a second thought? We must remember our classmates. We must remember the people sitting next to us and the times we shared. May our actions do as my late grandmother said, and lift up your family, community, and classmates, citizens, one rung of the ladder over yourself. We have been through a lot together, a lot. And sometimes we were just hanging on. But becoming a Schwarzman Scholar under these circumstances was not too easy, as some may think. We relied on each other for guidance and support and discipline through the hard times. And something that Aiden actually taught me and shared with me in a one-on-one is that he made sure I knew that after this program, I could stay in touch with him. And that meant a lot to me. So I would love to continue this intentionality. If the Schwarzman Scholars could take out their phones, if it's not there already, and text the scholar that you feel like might hesitate when they want to reach out to you. Text them that whether now or in 20 years, they can always reach out to you, whether it's a visit or a call or connections or some help seeing New York City, etc. I'll be texting Juan-san after I finish this speech. So if my grandmothers were here, both Hilda and Sylvia, they would say, now that you understand who you are and where you're going, identity and positionality, you need to embrace reaching back and uplifting the quality of life of communities that may need your gifts and abilities, as well as stepping back to let others have a voice. I think today my grandmother would be so proud that to see her grandmother be, or granddaughter, granddaughter be the first woman to speak at Schwarzman Scholars. One of many. Shout out to Schwarzman! The pin. Thank you. I will always remember moments like Diwali or Shinya Yuebing, Thanksgiving, and Field Day where the yellow team won. Go yellow team! Yeah! And I cannot thank God and you all enough for the blessing this year has been in my life. I pray that we stabilize, lengthen, and strengthen our ladders for years to come. And these ladders to success, however you define it, may it bring you connections, beautiful fostered connections, friendship that will last a lifetime. Thank you all. And Pia Kwaila! Congratulations. Thank you.
In a moment, I thought we were a dancing party, not a commencement. And after I carefully listened to Micah's speech, I think you should aim higher. Aim higher. And Mr. Steve Owens can help you. He's the president of National Committee of U.S.-China Relations. And a tough level, but it's a tough job. And thank you so much. We'll go to Caribbean to practice more. Thank you. Great one. Thank you. And now probably you're wondering, where's our founding father, Steve Schwarzman? And where's our Wonder Woman